During the daytime, the Oak Savannah Trail is a nice paved road for hikers and bikers to get away from the city and enjoy some nature. However, when the sun goes down, there is a particular 1 mile stretch of the trail that many will stay away from, and for good reason. It's alleged to be haunted. In 1852, the state of Indiana passed a Swamp Reclamation Act enabling settlers to purchase swampland for just $1.25 an acre. The only requirement was that they build ditches to drain the land. One of the first few settlers in the area was Peter Rita, and eventually this road cutting through the swampland would be named after him. While a nice shortcut between the towns, the isolated dirt road also had a sinister use. In the 1930s, the mob discovered it was a nice spot to dump bodies. Eventually, though, the road was permanently closed in the 1970s. It then became a place for drug deals and for users to shoot up. However, it was also used as a lover's lane by the local teenagers. And as usual for lovers' lanes, the traditional tales of hook killers, screams in the woods, and other ghostly apparitions arose. But then there are the tales more specific to Rita Road and its environment. Tales that actually have witnesses. First, there are the nearby railroad tracks, where it is said that a dark figure could be seen walking the tracks, holding an oil lamp. This is supposed to be an engineer that fell off the train in the 1940s. One report from the 1980s recalls seeing a flickering light on the tracks. The man, who was doing some nature recordings, first assumed it was a car, until the light continued to stay in one spot and weave about. He figured it may be a police officer and went over to inform him what he was doing, until the light vanished before him.
What's going on? Over here at Rita Road. About to take a walk down this thing and see if we can get some of this history stirring up, right?
Yeah, people have noticed a lot of anomalies, screams, shadow figures, things that have chased them and floated. So we're gonna see if we run into anything. We're at the gate, and so let's go and see what we can find.
It's dark, it's cold, perfect settings.
Legend states that off the road in the woods used to lie an old abandoned church. Years ago, the pastor one day went berserk and added tranquilizers into the communion wine and then set fire to the building, killing everyone inside. Today, their screaming cries can be heard coming from the woods. There are several videos on YouTube with evidence from ghost hunters that recorded sounds on the road. To see what we could hear, we turned off all lights and sat in silence. Owl, yeah. It's so quiet, too.
Just be quiet for a second. It's so quiet, my ears are ringing. Does it split off up here?
That's what I'm wondering. I wanted to walk up, just to see what the heck is right up here where it's...
It looks like it forks.
Yeah.
No light trail.
Here's a little trail.
You can't see crap.
Yeah, like this.
Oh, they just made like a hiking trail off of it.
Just goes off more into the woods.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy.
Lovely. Okay, so I just came out farther. I left the guys back there heading back right now. So I am out here now by myself. We'll see if anything happens to me alone. You can hear them way, way back there. So we'll stay out here a little longer. It's extremely cold. Let's see. I'm at the swampland right now. So we'll see. The Ghost Research Paranormal Group also conducted an investigation back in 2016 when the road was still abandoned. They too heard several EVPs.
We're walking down Rita Road here, and reports of a ghostly church out here that people have actually seen or sometimes just heard in the congregation. Nobody seems to know where that is, if it actually even exists.
This is where the Swampy area starts.
Alright, what's your guys' opinion of Rita Road? Hot, long, eerie. It's eerie.
I'm just gonna walk
Some stuff here in the shade and do a spirit box. Does anybody know Elizabeth Wilson? Thank you.
While these ghosts seem to be confined to the road and nearby woods, the most famous legend surrounding Rita Road is a ghost who wants desperately to leave. And should you stop to let her in your car, you're in for a surprise. The year was 1955. A boy and his girlfriend were driving down the road when they crashed and rolled their car. The girl was flung from the vehicle and drowned in the swampy ditch that runs alongside. Here's the ditch. Bunch of old trash down here. I think like this is more swampland, so that gives credence to the story. Since then, this woman has been seen countless times by drivers nearby. If one stops, she will get in the car and ask to be taken home. However, when one passes the nearby Ross Cemetery, she will disappear. This phantom's name is said to be Elizabeth Wilson, and Ross Cemetery is where she is buried. To see if this is true, we arrived to the cemetery. So somebody walked up. Oh, those are animal tracks. You can see that somebody got out of their car, walked over, put this here, which is like a dog or something. Lily and Furby. So they buried their dog here and they must have stopped and looked at it? There's just one problem with the legend. There is no Elizabeth Wilson buried in Ross Cemetery. In fact, there's no record of any deaths on Rita Road of anyone named Elizabeth Wilson. There is, however, the tragic death of a Bruce Wilson. Taking his family's station wagon, Bruce went with his brother and friends to Rita Road in the 1970s to check out the legends when the car became stuck on the train tracks. Bruce remained behind the wheel while the others went out to try and push it off. And just like any movie cliche, when they heard a train approaching. As it got near, the others jumped away, but Bruce stayed inside, sure he could get it until the impact took his life. In the years since, it is reported that a ghostly station wagon would pass through the gate and onto Rita Road. It is also worth noting that Wilson's final resting place is in Ross Cemetery. While we did not experience anything ghostly during our visit, we were visited by something more physical.
Maybe they'll pull up. I don't know.
Let's see what they're gonna do, yeah. I mean, no one really has a reason. I mean, either they were gonna yell at us, they would have done it when we drove by.
Well, they're driving by right now, so I'm gonna see.
Let's see what they do, yeah.
Or they're just going. Yeah, they're just going. Alright, yeah.
maybe they were going to and they got freaked out, or
they're just like,
they live there. Maybe they were coming down to see what we were doing.
yeah, probably.
Weird, but it's weird that they wouldn't stop. During the 80s and 90s, Rita Road had become a popular suicide location. Today, it attracts scores of ghost hunters and teens looking for a thrilling night. It may be possible that the neighbors have simply had enough of the tales surrounding their area, and while they can't really kick anyone off of a public trail at night, should you dare to visit Indiana's haunted road, if it isn't the ghosts that come after you, it may just be an angry neighbor.